What is up, guys? Epic Pokemon TCG here, and today, guys, I've got a deck profile for you all. And today we're going to be taking a look at one of my favorite decks that I've been playing recently, and it's just absolute amounts of fun. It's just ridiculous. And we're going to be taking a look at Quad Entei. So this card's a couple sets old, but hey, what can you do? So Entei has the trait double, which basically allows you to have two Pokemon tools attached to it. And that's pretty sweet because you can put hard charms on it for the first attack, or you can just go absolutely aggressive and do the heat tackle and put some muscle bands on this sucker. So it has the attack flame screen during your opponent's next turn. Any damage done to this Pokemon by attacks is reduced by 30. And then it has heat tackle for 4 energies, but bear with me. It does 130 damage. Flip a coin. If tails, this Pokemon does 30 damage to itself. Now, that doesn't seem like the best card in the world. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it seems kind of bad. But when you run a engine that's very similar to the engine I used in the Houndoom deck, and if you guys haven't seen that, make sure you go check that out. You get this set up pretty quickly. Also, I do play one Charizard in here, just have a 150 attacker on standby, or wing attack. You never know. Charizard's pretty sweet against stage 1 decks, because I can get it set up pretty quickly, knock out those basic Pokemon with like 50-60 HP pretty quickly. We also play 4 Shaman. 4 Shaman is in here just to use setup and try to go through your deck faster. That's pretty much the main reason in here. Now basically the main supporter of this deck is going to be Blacksmith. So Blacksmith attach 2 fire energy from your discard pile to one of your fire Pokemon. Now Entei takes 4 energy to use heat tackle, and pretty much that is 1 Blacksmith and a DC. Or you can use Blacksmith and just use the flame screen attack and you'll be alright. But pretty much how we're going to be getting these cards into the discard pile is with cards like Battle Compressor, Fiery Torch. We're going to be using Scorched Earth. That's going to be our stadium that is going to allow us to go through our deck a little quicker as well. Acrobike 2 is a really good way to go through your deck. Pretty much you just get a card, and if you have an energy or something like that, you can just discard it and start filling Blacksmith. We do play 4 VS Seeker. This is just in here to get your Blacksmith pretty much. I play 1 Giovanni Schemed, just in case you might need an extra 20 damage, or if you're in a really tight spot you can draw 5 cards, or draw 2 F5 cards. I play 1 Lysander because you never know when you want to pick something off the bench. Just never know. Do play 4 Muscle Band, and also along with that we play 1 Eco Arm. Muscle Band is very important in this deck just to try to put as much pressure on your opponent as fast as possible, because if you start using like 170 attacks on your first turn, if you get this setup, like this is the ideal setup anyway, or you just start hitting for 130 immediately, you're gonna be putting a lot of pressure on your opponent. It's gonna be really hard for them to keep up. Thank you for that phone. I hope you didn't hear my phone go off. Let's see. Also, to get energy in the discard pile, we've run 4 Ultra Ball. This is also in here as well to grab your Shamans and whatnot, so that's pretty sweet. And one card that is probably really weird, you're like looking at here and going, what the heck? I run Maintenance. I don't know. I just kind of put Maintenance in here. I don't know. It's kind of weird. But yeah, Maintenance is just in here. It's a weird card for weird situations, and usually can help out if you need to put, like, I don't know, just something back in your deck. You needed to search it out, or you have a weird instance or something like that. Or if you just have stuff in your hand that you don't want, you can just throw it back in there. Something really cool that I like to do is use Maintenance and put a couple cards that I can't use back into my deck, and then use setup so I can just draw like an extra card or something. 1 Enhanced Hammer. Enhanced Hammer is in here just really to just kind of slow your opponent down. So yeah, this is pretty much the deck list. It's more built around speed. I also forgot to go over the fire energy. So got 10 fire and 4 DC. But yeah, this deck is built all around speed. And I forgot to do Trainer's Mail and Professor's Letter. My bad. You guys are seeing the cards on screen. You know what I'm doing. All right. So yeah, this is the deck, and yeah, it's really built all around getting Entei set up immediately and just having some fun. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the deck list, and we're going to jump into a gameplay here on Pokemon TCG Online, and I'll see you there. Okay, so it looks like we're going to be going against Overtaker 98. And it looks like I won the coin flip, so that's good. Okay, so I'm going to start things off. And I did not draw a basic. So there goes all those cards. And we start with Entei. That's good. So it looks like we did get a pretty decent starting hand here. We can get some fires in the discard pile. Right now I'm watching some weird vampire movie with Jim Carrey. It's very, very strange. It's made like back in the 80s. And I don't know what's going on. But it looks like we're going to be going against a Mewtwo Magnezone looking deck. So we are going to Ultra Ball here, and I'm going to discard these two and grab a Entei. Be a good thing. So I'm going to play down Entei here if it'll let me. There it goes. Also, guys, I want to apologize if the video is laggy. Very sorry about that. I'm going to take the Muscle Man. And my dog is going to start barking, apparently. You alright over there, Doofy? Sorry. She really likes to bark. Alright, so we're going to Shaman here for 4. And go ahead and play down another Muscle Band onto this Entei. And go ahead and Trainer's Mail for the VS Seeker. And if I was going first, this would be very good. Or second, not first. What the hell am I talking about? If I was going second and I can attack, this would be very, very good. So there we go with the Blacksmith. And let's go ahead and get that going. And let's go ahead and just pass the turn. Pretty much saying, bring it, son. Alright, so there is a DCE. And what do you do? Okay. And that's it. So my opponent has is a DCE. So I will play down a DCE of my own. And go ahead and Shaman for 3. Let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and play Blacksmith. I played that too early. I actually misclicked just there. For some reason I didn't Scorch the Earth. I don't know why the hell I didn't do that. It's alright. I don't know why I did that. I don't know. Playing online is weird sometimes for me. I definitely play better in real life than I do online. I don't know. It's just kind of a different environment, but yeah. Sometimes misclicks, you jump the gun, things happen. But we did get a turn 1 there. Or yeah, turn 1 setup, and then got some cool stuff going. So that's always good. And my opponent just conceded the game. Even though I had that major screw up. It's all good. You guys can laugh at me. And hey, look at that, guys. We got a Kangaskhan. But I'm going to try to hop into another game here and hopefully get that going. I just realized on my list of decks here it says Rainbow and Skittles. Yeah. In case you're wondering what deck is Bee's Knees, that is Vespa Queen. I thought that would be a very clever name, and it is cold as hell outside right now. And if I'm acting a little goofy, guys, it's because I'm on my painkillers right now. You guys didn't know I broke my ankle, but the people who follow my channel should know that. Yeah, I broke my ankle, and it is the pain is something fierce. So I think as long as this is like a decent game, I think this will be the video here. And we see another fire deck along with a burning energy. So that kind of signals that this is either going to be Camerupt or Houndoom. And I would really like to see how Quad Entei stands up to another fire deck. But I got a somewhat decent hand. Kinda, not really. I don't know. Depends on what this Trainer's Mail and my cards are going to be. And we're going against a Houndoom deck here. So I'm going to go ahead and VS Seeker here. Or not, damn it. Okay. I'm gonna put a blacksmith in the discard pile to use VS Seeker. Jesus, man. How many of y'all just facepalm just then? Because I almost did. I would have facepalmed if I wouldn't have hit my microphone. Alright, so let's go ahead and play the trainers now. And I am going to grab Scorched Earth. Scorched Earth was definitely the better choice because I could keep using Scorched Earth, whereas Fiery Torch would have been a one and done deal. So there's 2 cards. And we got a Shaman. So let's go ahead and play the Acrobike here. And I'm going to grab Entei because I need to get as many Pokemon out as possible because Houndoom could do some damage. Alright. So let's go ahead and play down a fire onto this Charizard here. And a little bit of a mess up there on my part. Should have Muscle Band and then played the Shaman. But what can you do? And I am going to put that down here. No, I'm not because he already has a Muscle Band on it. See, I'm just screwing up all kinds of crazy right now. It's a stupid wrench. That's what that is. Okay. So you guys are probably facepalming like crazy. I'm going to save that 0-Sick. Just in case my opponent plays a Burning Energy. And I think I'm going to hold off on the... Well, nah. Actually, we're going to get a Charizard set up. Yeah, we're going to get a Charizard set up. I was going to hold off on playing the VS Seeker for the Blacksmith, but it's all good. So we're going to go ahead and play that down. And just attach to this. And hopefully, if we can draw to a Lysander or something, that'd be pretty sweet. So, it is my first turn, so I can attack. So I'm going to end my turn. Give it to my opponent. Why is it like in the old 80s movies, all the vampires look the same? It's like they got like tuxedo looking things on, and they got like their like forehead, like their hairline just goes like way down past like the half of their forehead, and they're all like going blah. I don't know, man. 80s were weird. They were awesome, but they were weird. Okay, so it looks like my opponent just attaches a regular fire energy to that Houndoom, and pretty much the key thing here for me would be getting a Lysander and then using Combustion Blast on one of these Houndooms, preferably this one, mostly because it's full art. Anyway, I'm silly. So, I definitely do have the means to draw some cards this upcoming turn, but I don't know. I think maybe I should have put like Blacksmith, Fire, and maybe, I don't know, a Lysander into the discard pile just in case. There is a Houndoom Spirit Link, and my opponent actually did Crushing Hammer me, but that's really fine because I do have the Fire right here, and I can just Blacksmith them later. But that does kind of hinder me a tad because now I have to use this Fire here to attach it instead of, you know, something else. But it's whatever. So I guess my opponent is head ringering me here. It looks like my opponent is playing Volcarona in there. Very awesome combination, if I do say so myself. Okay. So there is the Lysander, so... See now, definitely my opponent hitting that Crushing Hammer was definitely very, very annoying. So yeah, that was definitely a good Crushing Hammer on my opponent's part. So I will play down that. And I'm going to discard these two. And I'm going to grab myself another Shaman. My neighbors have got to be the loudest people in the world. So I'm just going to go ahead and put on a little pressure, kind of soften this Houndoom up. What are they screaming about? Like my neighbors, like no joke, are screaming right now. Like that's like the everyday thing, is they just scream. I don't know why. I don't know what the purpose of it is, but they just scream. It ain't just the kids, it's the adults. And they can't walk outside. They can't just walk outside and walk downstairs. They got to be loud. And for some reason they have to pill out whenever they leave the parking lot. Like, why? You know, just why? But so I softened up this Houndoom here. It only has 90 HP left. I figured I would go ahead and try to soften it up. That way I don't have to deal with a full-blown Mega with like 210 HP, because I really can't hit that hard. One of the downfalls of this deck is not being able to one-shot Megas, I guess would be the problem. And that's where Charizard actually comes in a little bit. Just being able to hit for 60 and soften up stuff. And my opponent is currently inactive. And I don't know if I just put him in such a tight spot that he can't play stuff. But trust me, dude, you're still fine. What sucks is if my opponent does the first attack or even does the 50, I'm just going to go for the knockout. But unfortunately, right now, what I'm looking at is... Okay, so very smart on my opponent's part. And he does have the blacksmith here. So let's see what he attaches to. Okay, so he attaches one there. Now, if my opponent... I think I'm going to actually Lysander up whatever my opponent Solar Burst here. And if it's another Houndoom, I'm going to attach this DCE and Lysander it and Combustion Blast. I think that'd probably be the ideal thing to do. Yeah, that's definitely what I'm going to do. Okay. So here we go. I am going to Lysander. Now, I hate having 5 energies on a Charizard. Like, I just do. But I need to try to keep the pressure on. That's the kind of player I am. I like to keep as much pressure on my opponent as absolutely possible. Because me, I break under pressure. You ever play me and you start putting the pressure on me? My ass is just gonna be done. Sorry for the language. Sorry for the language, guys. Twisty a VS Seeker. My neighbors are still screaming. It was funny, one day they were outside just like banging on stuff. Like they were banging on just like the railing, the stairs, and all kinds of stuff. So I thought it would be funny to just walk over and hit my door really hard. And they shut up. They shut up pretty quick. I felt like a jerk, but I mean, hey, you're bothering me, you know. So there is Enhanced Hammer getting rid of my DCE, and that is fine. It's kind of annoying, but it's fine. And there is Mega Houndoom coming down, and all of its hell blazing glory. I said hell glazing. What does that even mean? Okay, I'm like looking over at this Jim Carrey movie, and I have no idea what's going on right now. The dude, I loved him in Ace Ventura. I love Ace Ventura. That movie's so stupid, but it's funny. Dude's just sitting here chilling on a big cup of V8 juice. It's supposed to be blood. And there is 160 on my Charizard. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get a backup attacker ready now. Why are you screaming? Oh my god, man. Dang it, man. And I am going to play the maintenance here, and I'm going to go ahead and put these two back in my deck and see what my extra card will be. And I just get an Ultra Ball back. That's cool. Thank you for that. And I can't use Combustion Blast because I used it last turn. But I am going to just... Let's go ahead. Let's Scorched Earth. Let's go for Scorched Earth. Okay. So if I did that, if I did another 80, that'd be 160, and that'd leave my opponent with about 50 damage left. So I'm gonna attach a fire to Entei here, and just kind of keep my options open. So I'm gonna go ahead, just do that. Really all I can do, because yeah, I could have retreated, honestly, and just did like some extra damage, but it's really fine. Because I'm pretty sure my opponent has the Lysander anyway. That's kind of how I play. I play where if it's really early in the game, like I know my opponent has a Lysander, so I mean, what can you do? Whereas probably the better thing would do in these kinds of situations where if you know your opponent has a Lysander, make them burn it. But I don't know. Just make a cross. Just make a cross. That's all you gotta do, apparently. They aren't Twilight vampires. Twilight vampires, I swear, they're like the most... Oh my gosh. I don't know. Twilight to me just kind of felt like they made Underworld and was just like, you know what? let's just give Disney Underworld, and then whatever they send us back, that's what Twilight's gonna be. Yes, I know that some chick wrote the book. You don't have to roast my shit down in the comment section below. I know this. I'm extremely goofy right now. I apologize about that. Just yeah. Alright. So how much damage do you... Okay, so you have 50 HP left. So doing the first attack would actually knock you out. So I'm going to go ahead and Ultra Ball, get rid of this, and the Fiery Torch. And we're going to have Entei. And I'm going to fire... Okay. Alright. I think, alright, okay. Let's see here. I think I am going to actually just flame screen here and wait. I think that'd probably be the better option. So there, okay. So we got some good stuff. Those are good prizes. So if my opponent can do 160 damage, which is very, very likely with this deck, honestly. It's very likely. It's not that hard. Houndoom can hit for a lot of damage. But basically my opponent has to knock me out right here. But I can easily just kind of bring up Shaman or something. But it looks like my opponent's actually going to take the Volcarona right here. I could have held on to that VS Seeker, but I kind of expected my Entei to be knocked out. But if I would have held on to it, I would have won. I don't know. I'm doing all kinds of mess ups right now. I just wanted to try to have a backup plan in case my Entei got knocked out. And I guess, you know, the days of playing against Seismitoad just was like, hey, you have a VS Seeker, get rid of it immediately. So Jim Carrey hit that vampire on the back with a 2x4. Didn't do anything. Chick punches him in the face and that's it. Like, what? Okay, so I'm trying to look and see what I could do this upcoming turn. If he just plays the Solar Birth, he just does Solar Birth, then I can Muscle Band this Entei, DCE the active, and then Shaman for like 4, and see what I get out of that. I know I have a VS Seeker left if it's not in my prizes. But there is Energy Switch. And it looks like my opponent's actually going to be doing Flamethrower. Because he just... Oh. Oh. Well then. You beast. So my opponent's going to hit me for 50 damage. And I guess he just went against the Solar Birth route. Okay, so now I can actually do some extra stuff here. Okay. Now I'm going to Shaman here for 3. I figured I would have drew something I could have played. Let's go play Acrobike. I'm going to grab the trainer's mail here. Pretty much at this point trying to find a VS Seeker. So we're going to play the trainer's mail here. And there is the VS Seeker. So we can go ahead and bring up that Houndoom. So there we go. Grab the Lysander. Yippee-ki-yay. Make sure I'm doing. Bring up you. Watch this be just a mess up on my part. And heat tackle for 170. So there we go. I take the 30, unfortunately. But that is going to be the game. There we go. We did pull out the victory. Awesome. And we get a tournament ticket. I never really play tournaments. Alright guys, so I want to say thank you so much for watching. This is easily one of my favorite decks to play when I'm just goofing off here on Pokemon TCG Online. And give it a try. And edit the list however you would like. Because I promise you it is a lot of fun. And yeah, Jim Carrey just got laid, so we're ending on a good note here. You guys are awesome. I love you so much. And make sure to go check out all the other content on my channel if you have not done that already. And sorry for the language this video, guys. I'm on my painkillers and I'm just like bleh right now. But you're amazing. I love you. And this is Epic Pokemon TCG signing out. Take care, guys.